the story continues. The story continues. So if you fail on Monday, the only way it's a failure on Monday is if you decide to not progress from that, right? So to me, that's why failure is not existent.
So today, I will continue to represent my mother and father because that was my greatest loss. My greatest loss was losing the people that gave me life.
He eats all he can eat because he was raised in an orphanage, a place where you had to grab all you could or you'd be hungry.
Every day, I wake up and think of my ideal life. I have so many goals that I want to accomplish. I have so much that I want to do. I have a vision of my life, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be at times. I get overwhelmed, and I become so impatient with myself. I truly feel sometimes I'm just falling behind.
The day me and Shaq got in a fist fight. After that day, they were like, okay, Kobe, you're certifiable.
Fist fight.
Oh, yeah.
Fist fight.
I'm not backing down. Listen, either you're going to whoop my ass or we're going to have a night. But, you know, there's a level of respect. And for Shaq, too, by the way, I know he's told me that day was a big turning point for him because it was like, you know, he's generally used to talking trash and saying what he wants and nobody really stepping up and challenging him on that. And when he saw me challenge him on that, he was like, this kid's crazy. All right, I can win with that, you know? And so that's kind of the beginning of our relationship, I think.
That's probably never happened to him. That's probably not something that's common to him.
No, it's also
7 feet tall since he was 3 years old or something, right?
It was all, this is all coming back to me right now. There's also a game in Phoenix.
The people that taught me right from wrong. The people that told me, no matter what you do in life, son, don't give up. Don't give up. Fight through the pain. Fight through the pain. If you lose, find a way to win again. If you're hurting inside, turn it around and make it something greater. Ignite the fire in your soul. It's okay to be human. My emotions and my sorrows, I know how to control them. I understand how to use them.
My first year we were playing and he kept posting up, but they kept fouling him. So he kept going to the free throw line and kept missing them. And so he'd throw the ball out to me. I'm not throwing that back in there. Right? So I kept shooting him, right? So we get in the timeout. He's like, hey, I'm open. I'm like, okay. And so we go out and same thing. Hey, I'm open. Okay. There you go. Come back in. Hey, dude, you got to throw me the ball. I said, man, Dad, get it off the rebound if I miss, bro.
You told him this. First year.
18 years old, man. 18 years old. And I must have been out of my damn mind.
I understand that through every loss, I turned it around and I made it something greater. I made it more stronger. I built something. I truly am building an empire of passion, strength, wisdom, and a victory. It's just waiting for me. Am I done? Absolutely not. Am I stronger? Every day of my life. Every breath that I take, I get stronger. You can be stronger. So yes, my pain became my passion. It has taught me to teach others to carry on, to never give up, to keep reaching. And no matter the losses, no matter the circumstances, you don't give up on your life. You keep living, you keep fighting.
I feel at times the clock is winding down. It truly is a struggle to stay positive and motivated sometimes. Like most people, I want to throw in a towel and just give up sometimes. It just feels like there's just no use, there's just too much ground to cover. I need to cover it so that I can get where I need to be.
But the real story behind her father is that he made himself a millionaire with nothing more than a dream. He watched his own father drown when he was 4, was taken away from his mother a few years later and put into an orphanage because he was so bad. Raised by other people, strangers. After growing up in foster homes, he decided to go out on his own. He barely finished high school, but he found a job as a vacuum cleaner salesman. He did well, really well, but the woman he loved didn't want to marry a vacuum cleaner salesman, and he really didn't want to be one, so he went to college, went on to medical school, prospered, really prospered.
And he said, which was interesting, he said, I always felt like when I watched Floyd or Ali or these really great fighters, everything came naturally to them. He said, boxing never came naturally to me. I was never naturally gifted. What separated me was my work ethic. What separated me was the extra mile on my run, the extra punch in my workout, the extra this, the extra everything. And he said, imagine this, the dude who's arguably the greatest fighter of the last 20 years, him or Floyd, okay, says he's not naturally gifted at boxing. In fact, he was so bad when he was a kid, his dad tried to get him out of the sport because he's like, you're just not gifted at it. You're just not great at it. And he said, I just worked my ass off to get to that next level, to get to that next level. Every single thing that separated me was my work, which is what I want you guys to think about. I think this program could become instantly if you chose to. Just think about this, okay? Instantly, this program could decide that this is, and by the way, what an unbelievable identity for a program.
A human being has the power to choose. We can choose. Not asking you what do you see in the future for you. What brought you here today? What caused you to get up? What is it that you're looking for? You get to choose as much as you want. You get to design it any way you choose. You're not sentenced to your future. You have an opportunity to your future. How do you want it? And if it doesn't make you a little afraid, then you ain't playing big enough.
Led a tremendously successful life as a radiologist and is now retired. Goes fishing, rides his Harley. Stories of success are all around us, everywhere. Take the time to talk to these people or read their stories. You might learn something. You might find out that they have already traveled the path you are now on. You know, when most of us think of Jesse Jackson, we think of the political Jesse Jackson. But what most of us don't realize is that before Jesse Jackson went to the streets to gain votes, he went to the ghettos with a message for inner city youth. During his rallies, he would have the street kids repeat after him, I am somebody.
Because all great teams, okay, all great teams have an identity. All great people have an identity. In fact, I teach that not only what Coach is talking about, that you not only get out of life what you'll tolerate, what you'll accept, you get out of a workout what you'll accept, you get out of your batting practice what you'll accept, you get out of your schooling here what you'll accept, but you also will never exceed your identity. You'll never get more out of life if you're like an identity is like the thermostat sitting on a wall over here. It sets the temperature for your life. Okay, I've learned this in business. Listen to me on this. So if that thing's set at 75 degrees and I start doing really well in business and making more and more money, you know what I do if I get up to 80, 85, 90 degrees of money, but I'm a 75 degree identity dude? You know what I do? I cool it like back down again. I sabotage myself. All of a sudden an appointment cancels, I miss a meeting, you know, somebody can't, customer backs out. It looks all random, but somehow 3 months later, I'm back at 75 degrees of business and money again. Same's true in happiness, same's true in your body. You guys ever seen a fat dude, lose a bunch of weight and then gain it back?
You all have your own unique rhythms, daily habits and things that you need to achieve and the things that you need to accomplish so that you look in the mirror and you feel like, yes, I can. Why choose this as our goal in May? Well, ask why climb the highest mountain? Why fly the Atlantic? There's a choice. You have to choose for your happiness. You have to choose for your well-being. You have to choose for your family. You have to choose for your health. And wellness, you have to choose for success.